How do you help children practice self-introspection or reflecting on some of these things? Is there, they have less life experience, they're less maybe sophisticated about some of these thoughts or ideas. Is that anything that you know of anyone having done, or have you led anyone, either families or children, through anything like this?
I haven't. I have no experience with children, but I think how fabulous would it be to start to have them just practice Ho'oponopono. And I would love that. I don't. Bobby, have you ever shared it with your daughters or?
No, I have not, but I do teach them like self-awareness and thoughts and actions, making them conscious of every action that they do. So I start them slowly, kind of program that into their minds, so then they become self-aware.
Yeah.
And like my philosophy is in 2 words: know thyself. So that's what I'm wanting to pass on to them, so they make their own choices. You know what I mean? Based
Right.
on who they are as individuals, because at the end they are the determiners of their own creative expressions and creative expansions. So I don't want to like box them in a certain kind of ritual or anything like that, or a mantra or a practice. I just like give them what is more universal, like this is fact, this is science, this is who you are. We are like beings of light, we are all connected, God is within. So like those kinds of uh things for them to understand. And then I think like once they get older, they'll kind of like just develop into it on their own, and be intuitive. But those are the kinds of things I teach them, like to be intuitive and and
I
trust their
think, yeah, I think it's a great point, Shane, that bringing it into children, into schools, if
gut.
if it was allowed. Some schools are teaching meditation for children, and I know they're getting great results. I think if they were to learn Ho'oponopono early, I don't have children to pass it on to, but if they were to learn it early, I think they'd have a greater sense of responsibility, 100% responsibility for what we're doing. And that's also a foundational point of Ho'oponopono. If we were to go deep into this training, um, you take on 100% responsibility as a foundation. And that opens up a whole big topic right there. Like, how can we be 100% responsible for everything? And the way I can accept it for myself is I am 100% responsible for my reaction, my opinion, my thought about anything that comes into my life. So if I hear about a war in another country, I'm responsible for my thoughts about that war. What are my judgments? What are my opinion? What's my position? I'm responsible for that. And that's how I get around. Then they say, well, how are you responsible for some, I don't know, 10-year-old that got raped by a pedophile? Or, I'm like, I'm responsible for my thoughts around that topic. I'm not responsible for that action that happened. It's already in the past. It's happened. But I'm responsible for my thoughts around that. Am I adding to the complication? Am I taking away from the complication? So we can go on and on. Like, how can we be 100% responsible for everything in our life? And that's the way I've been able to accept it. I'm responsible for my thoughts around the topic.